Let's talk about what we learned today. Executive state, emotional state, and survival state. Executive state, that is when that is when you're your best self, okay? That is when you are able to focus, make choices, problem solve. As you can see right now, True is in her executive state. I am asking her, hey, True, can you help me find the door? Can you help me open the door? She loves pushing the buttons to let the door open. So that is her in her executive state. Problem solving. How do I open the door and actually going to do it? Right here, you can see that she is in her emotional state. She is having a tantrum because she wanted to go somewhere that we are not going. And the thing about the emotional state, yes, she is crying, but through choices, I can either get her back into her executive state or she will go into survival state. You do not want your child to go into survival state. So, some examples of how to get your child back from the emotional state back into that executive state is simply recognizing their feelings, encouraging them, giving them a job, giving them a choice. One of the ones we had an example last night, True was upset. We're trying to get them to self-soothe, and True likes you to like rub her back or scratch her back when she's trying to go to bed. So she got really upset that I just would not do it. And she started to cry and started to have a tantrum. She was in an emotional state. Hey, True, I know you're upset, but everybody else in this room is trying to sleep. If you want to cry, that's perfectly fine, but you can't do it in here. If you want to go into your room and do that and then come back when you're ready, and it helped her to get back into that executive state. I'm like, okay, you sure you want to stay here? Show me your face. Are you sure? So that was a way to get her back into her executive state. When they get into survival state, that is when they are now having a tantrum. That's when that limp body come in, when they lose all of the I don't know, it seems like they don't have no more bones left. They just like fall straight out, or they start kicking and hitting. Yes, True has kicked and hit me before. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it's not something that I'm embarrassed about either, because I know that I'm dealing with a 3 and 4 year old, that is the space where her mind is in, and I have to help her learn how to process so that as she becomes older, she now knows how to deal with her emotions. So this is something that is not as fast as the scare tactics of get your little, whatever up and we're going to do that. No, it's not that. It is a matter of literally walking and talking through things so that she's able to process better. And honestly, this stuff takes on a different name through the different stages. When I was an educator about 6 years ago, this was known as the red, yellow, and green state. That's what they used to call it. And it was always a matter of how do you get the child into the green, not into the red, because when they get into the red, you just can't talk to them no more. There's no communication. They at least have to be in yellow to even get a thought through their mind, even to talk to them. And as adults, I want you to reflect on the same thing. Like, think about when you really upset. Don't bother me when I'm really upset. Let me go. Let me go take a walk. Let me breathe. And then when I'm ready to talk to you and I'm in that green state, we can talk. Or I can be in that yellow state and you can kind of waver me back into the conversation. So let me know your thoughts below.